and welcome. This is Ruth, and today I've got the little Dancin Fairy Twinkle die set from Spellbinders, and this is one of the Storytellers collection. It's really beautiful. You'll probably have seen in a previous video where I made these 3 cards with some of the same collection, and I've mixed and matched bits and pieces from them. I think I'm going to do the same in this one as well. In fact, I've got some dies left out from another little set as well, but the main die will be from here. So have a little look at those other ones if you want, and I'll be back with more as well. But in this one I'm going to make a lovely little shaker card with this beautiful cute little fairy. She's really gorgeous. My affiliate links to everything I use will be down below in the description, so you'll be able to find those pretty easily down there, and it doesn't cost you anything extra at all to buy through those links. Right, let's get started. I've got an A6 card. That's exactly where I've started, right here. And I had some paper from an older paper pad that I just put on here. I layered it on, and then I cut this aperture through it. Now this is actually done with the die from the Stitched Petal Bloom, and this is also from the Storyteller collection, and it's this die. So on the front of the card I've opened it up like this, and just after I put this layer on, I put this die right there. So you can see it's fairly close to the edge. It's sort of a finger's width from the edge there, and centrally positioned here and here. And then right here, so just about another centimetre or so in from there, I've made a little hole through there, and all will become very clear, hopefully, in a minute or two whenever I show you how I've gone ahead and made the little fairy for here. I've already got one made, but I'm going to make another one right now and show you the whole process. So let's have a little look at these dies. This is really lovely, and you can make these up in whatever colour you like, whichever colour of skin you like, whatever colour of hair you like, and you can add lovely little dresses and all bits and pieces, and I've got lots of bits and pieces cut out here as well. And for this I'm going to need a little brad, but I'm going to show you how to make it as it's intended to be made as well, with the little legs swinging. So first of all, you'll notice here that this little die cuts out the face, and right here it'll cut out 2 little cheeks. So you'll have little holes in there where the cheeks, and 2 little holes where the eyes go. So what I've done is I've just put a piece of double-sided sticky tape on the back there, and that covers both of those sets of holes or apertures. And I have put a little piece of card in behind here, cut those 2 little shapes out in pink, and then just pressed them right in there, and of course then they stuck to my double-sided sticky tape. Now I'm going to show you this little one I've already made. So you can see in the eyes here I've just put little gems in, and those are these beautiful little gems I have here. So these are the smoky topaz, and I've taken the tiny little ones here. So I'm going to do the same here, but I'm going to leave that for a minute or two because I want to carry on with the rest of it. This little die then cuts out the body and the legs, and you'll notice there's a little sort of swinging part to it here, and there's also a little circle. Well, I had actually cut this out in white, and the white legs as well, so the circle came from the white one, but it's exactly the same size as this one, so I'm going to show you how that works. Now I've already gone ahead just a little bit because these pieces are quite small, so I've cut those little shoes and I've already put them on here. Now if you were going to have this little fairy so that the legs sort of move around a bit, or swing, is that the word? You would put this in here like this, and then just glue the little circle onto your card, and then glue the circle onto here, but don't be adding any glue onto this part that's around that. That means that this will go on here and here, and then obviously then these little legs will swing back and forwards. But that's not what I'm going to do on this one, so but I just wanted to show you how it worked. So I've got the little circle here, the little legs with the circle on the top, and I'm just going to add some glue onto the top of this one, and then put the little body right on top of that, and I'm going to glue it down firmly this time, like that. And that's going to stay together like that. I don't actually want the legs to move this time because I'm going to move the whole little fairy pivoted through here. So now I've just put my pokey tool right through the center there, and that's sort of through the center of that circle ring on the back there, and I'm going to put a little brad through there, and I'm just going to open it up just a little bit at the minute so that it stays in place while I'm working with this. Now I've gone ahead and I've cut the little skirt to go on here, or the little dress, but I want that to sit up over the brad, so I need to attach that on some 3D foam pads. So I've got small ones here, and I'm just going to put them around that and add that little dress onto there. So these will sort of come up to the same height as the little dress, just like that. You can see it there, the same height as the little brad, sorry, not the dress, and the dress then will go on top of that. I cut the other little foam pads just to fit onto there because they just needed to be a little bit shorter here and here. And now I can go ahead and add this little dress on here. So the dress will come in just below the arms there, and you can see there that it fits on nicely over the top. And then that was cut with this little die, and then I can add a little top skirt onto it with this one. So I've cut this out in the beautiful glitter card that matches there, and then I've gone ahead with this sort of matching plain card just to put a little overskirt on it, and that just goes on there. I love turquoise, so I think that looks really, really nice there. So there we are. Now we've got this little face, and I'm going to add this on here. So I'm just going to put glue on this part, and then we'll go ahead and attach this on here. I could actually even just lift this back a little bit, I suppose, and put it in below there. I want that back in place again though, but let's just see if that works. I'll go ahead and put the little eyes in now, and I know I've got double-sided sticky tape in there, but I just want to be really, really sure that those are going to stay in there, so I'll put a little drop of glue in and then just pop the little eyes in. There we are. A little brown-eyed girl. And then I've cut the hair, that's this piece here. I've cut that out in black mirror card. Nice shiny black hair. And that's going to go on right there, and you can put that right over at the top of the ears. Aww. So now I've also cut out the little wings, and they can go on right in behind her shoulders. So we're going to put some glue on, let's see, on this part here, and then the bigger wing will be up at the top and the smaller part will be down below, and that will just go in round about there. Now I've also got a little wand, and I want to put that on her hand here. So I've cut the wand out in white card. I've cut it out twice, and I'll show you what I'm going to do in a moment or two, just to strengthen that really, because this little fairy is going to move about a bit. So I cut the wand out in white, and then I've cut the star out again in gold, and I'm just going to put the gold star on top like that, and then I'll glue this to her hand. So that will go just about there, about there. And I just want to keep that really, really secure, so I'm going to hold it over the other way here, and then glue the second one on over the top, because it's not really holding on by very much there. So if I do it right over the top of the hand there and pop this other one on, that will make it even more secure. This little fairy is actually going to move around a little bit whenever I get it onto the card. So I want to be sure that the neck is kind of weak looking there, and I want to be sure that it's going to be strong enough. So I've cut this piece out again here, and I really just want the head and the neck. So I'm going to cut this off and this off and go right across there, and I'm going to glue that just on there because it gives a little bit extra security, going on here and here and here. First one, you can see that I've actually used a little bow from another die set, and it's this one here. So it's the little is it Puglets? I'm not too sure of the name of that die set, but it's from Babies, Cats and Pugs, and this is the smaller little pugs here, and you'll see that little die sort of trio there, and I have built that up and put it on this one, and I've got another one exactly the same here, and I was going to put that on there, but you know, I actually think I might put this lovely little crown on instead. I wonder, could she have the crown and the bow? Would that be too much? Let's see. Do you know, she's going to have both. Why not? She's a fairy princess. Let's have both. So there goes the little crown. Now the little crown is not from this die set. It's from the one that has the little carriage in it. So it's the fairy tale carriage die set. And I'm just going to put that on there because I think she deserves a little crown. And the bow will go on there again. And then eventually we'll get on to making the shaker part for this card. But look, isn't that really pretty? Now, I'm going to use the two of these. I'm putting this one on my card, and I'm going to make a tag with this one as well. So that one's not going to go to waste. Now, back to the card. So, first of all, this little lady is going to get attached in here, but I'm going to go ahead and make the shaker part first. But that is where the little brad part will go through that hole. And actually, that does go on now. I need to do that before I go any further, actually. So there we are. We'll open up the brad's already opened up there. I'm just going to close it together like that and feed it through this little hole. It actually is very important to do that at this stage, and I almost forgot. The reason I chose this shape was because it was from that die set, obviously, but I thought when she moved around like this, that was kind of the scope of where her wand would go, and that's where the glitter would come from. So I thought that was a really nice idea for putting a shaker element in. So I have cut a piece of acetate the full size of here. It's actually a tiny bit smaller, but just so that it fits on. So I have got double-sided tape the whole way around the outside of this, and then just on the outside of that aperture, and I'll be able to set that on. You can also see when I turn it over that I've got some 3D foam pads on as well, but for the moment all we're concerned about is actually getting this part on here so that none of those are visible from the other side. And there it is. You've got your acetate showing there. So while I was doing that, just because it was so tedious, because I've run out of foam tape. I actually don't use it very often, but I've completely run out of it, and I had to just cut some of my foam pads and then use the small ones around here. So I have put these the whole way around the outside, and I've also lined little ones up the whole way around here. If you've got foam tape, use it. Don't use these because that was very, very tedious. But right around this aperture here, you've got to make sure that those foam pads are very tightly placed together so that nothing's going to get through them. These other ones, it's not that important, but these ones, it's very important because that's where we're going to put the shaker element. So I will speed this up. I'll go off camera just a little bit while I take all the little pieces off here because that's very, very boring to watch. So just to reiterate, the little foam pads that are going right around the outside of this have got to be tight together so that none of your shaker elements can escape out through them. But these ones, so long as they're the same level as those and they're going to hold that up, don't worry too much about that one. So I have gone around the inside edge of here with a little anti-static bag just so that whenever I put these elements in, they don't all stick to the edges. And I've got all sorts of little bits and pieces that are going to go in here now. So let's put all the sparkly stuff in. I've put rather a lot of sparkly things in there, but it's a big aperture, so I think it needs it. And now I'm going to go ahead and put this piece of card that I have cut directly down on there. And that should seal everything all in. I thought Happy Little Moments just suited that card really beautifully. That's from the All Seasons sentiment stamps. That's this one down here. And then I die cut it with the little die set that goes along with that. And I'm just going to glue that along there as well. Now, going back to the tag, I wanted to make a tag to go along with this because I thought that would just look really, really good with that. Happy Little Moments. There we are. And back to the tag here then. I've used the tag punch. So that is the big 3-in-1 punch. That's this one. And this is a 2.5 inch piece. So I put that right up in there, punched down and got this here. And then I've done the same with this one, only on a patterned paper and a 2-inch. And then I've made the hole in the back and put the little brad through there. And obviously that goes on before that goes through there before I glue this on. And now all I have to do is put glue right around the edge of this one and attach that on there. Put a little piece of ribbon through the top, and we've got a gorgeous little party set. So you've got a card and you've also got a little tag to go along with it. And what little girl, or big girl even for that matter, wouldn't want that? Isn't it very cute? There we are. And I'm going to add a little bit of ribbon in that. Now I know that looks like lots and lots of shaker stuff in there, glitter and all the rest of it, but I think it really takes it. So I think there she is, waving her little wand, and there's all the glitter coming from it. What do you think? Do you like that idea? So there you are, a lovely little set. I would love to know what you think of that. I'd love to know if you would try that. It's actually very, very easy. Very, very simple if you just follow those steps that I've already used there. And the card's really neat on the inside as well. Stands up, and even whenever the shaker part isn't being used, you can still see lots of glitter there, and that's what I like. I think it's not so good if you have a big aperture like that and all the glitter just drops to the bottom and then you don't see it at all. So that's why I've put lots in, and there you are. So thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that. So don't forget, my affiliate links are down below, and that doesn't cost you anything extra on top of the normal price of the die set or anything else that you want at the same time. So thank you very, very much for that. And if you haven't subscribed, subscription, as I say, is free. Don't forget you can do that and hit the notification bell, and you'll see lots more of these coming up. I have lots. I couldn't even tell you how many die sets I've got here at the moment that I'm going to be using, and I hope that I make something interesting, something that you enjoy as well. I'm fairly new to using Spellbinders stuff, so if you're a real Spellbinders fan and you've been with them for years, I'd love to know if you're enjoying my projects as well. So until next time, happy crafting. Thanks very much. Bye bye.